Alright guys, we got a ton of new information here on Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I've got two videos coming out today. So I got this one talking about the new features, and then I've got another video. I got my hands on 40 minutes, that's 20 minutes of Dragon Quest 1 and 20 minutes of Dragon Quest 2 Japanese exclusive gameplay footage. So first, let's check this one out. If you want the latest Dragon Quest news and you enjoy Dragon Quest content, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications to all. Now let's begin. Alright, so they're adding a ton of content to Dragon Quest 1 and 2, of course, but let's start by talking about Dragon Quest 1. Obviously, there's some more story background going on here. I do want to apologize, speaking of background, I want to apologize if there's any noises in the background. I'm getting some work done to the house right now. There's a few new areas you can explore in Dragon Quest 1, which is nice. There's a lot of new side quests that have been added, and this time the hero is actually led by the voice of Rubus, which is pretty cool. You're going to have a lot more direction in this. Also, it's been confirmed a little earlier, but they're reconfirming here that there's also going to be a ton of extra side quests with the fairies and the dwarves. Not only that, but in Dragon Quest 2 HD2D, it has been confirmed by David Vink that they added quests by mermaids as well. So they're adding mermaids to Dragon Quest 2, tons of new locations. Obviously, our pal Robin Hood is back in some way or form. Not sure if this is a descendant of Robin Hood or if Robin Hood is now a time traveler like Gilgamesh or something like that. We've got a whole bunch of new abilities at our disposal in Dragon Quest 1. They've also added an AI systems, so you can use your tactics. If you want to kind of auto battle your way through Dragon Quest 1, you can do it that way as well. The AI is usually pretty smart. Like I said, a lot more backstory in Dragon Quest 1 as well, which is pretty sweet. Dragon Quest 2, of course, expands the world of Alefgard to its full version. Again, the heroes from Dragon Quest 2 are going to be led by the voice of Rubus, which is pretty cool. A lot more direction, which is something that Dragon Quest 2 has greatly needed. You're going to get a lot more details on the destruction of Moonbrook, as well as the devastation of the world by Hargon and his followers. Of course, you start out with the Prince of Middenhall, and you get your other party members, including the new party member, who is the Princess of Cannock, and we'll get into more details on her. According to an article by Gamatsu, it looks like the Prince of Cannock is going to learn Giga Slash, which is absolutely some sort of redemption for the poor guy. He's going to have a lot more physical attacks. He also, of course, has his spells. The Prince of Middenhall is going to be able to learn Forbearance, so he'll be able to act as like a tanky paladin, of course, as well as learning Knuckle Sandwich and Hatchet Man. The Princess of Cannock has been confirmed to have gadabout tendencies. She'll be kind of similar to Tornico from Dragon Quest 4, where she will follow orders, but every now and then she'll do whatever she wants, which kind of makes sense. She's like super young, right? She's just a little kid. She's going to screw around every now and then. That's just how it is. But she's going to have access to Frizz type and Crack type spells, which is pretty damn cool. It has been confirmed that all of the towns from Dragon Quest 1 are now in Dragon Quest 2, which is pretty damn sweet. They also, in Dragon Quest 1, gone away with purchasing like the magic keys. David Vink has confirmed that instead of having the purchasable magic keys, Dragon Quest 1 will now conform to the rest of the series, where there'll be the Thief Key, the Magic Key, and most likely the Ultimate Key. They've also added a Metal King for mini medals, so there's a bunch of powerful weapons and items you can get your hands on now by collecting mini medals. I don't believe mini medals have ever been in Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I think Dragon Quest 3 Remake was like the first earliest version of them on the Super Famicom. The crests in Dragon Quest 2 now have abilities. So the Sun Crest enables crits for abilities, and the Moon Crest enables magic crits. So all the crests now have a use instead of just being a MacGuffin that lets you access the final area of the game. David Vink also reconfirmed the bridge near the Lake Cave in Dragon Quest 2, that the NPC talks about a bridge that people say leads to heaven, once again confirming that they have added references to the Zenithian Trilogy to the 1 and 2 HD2D Remake, which is absolutely amazing. I would love so much to get my hands on a Dragon Quest 4 remake. David Vink also went off the beaten trail and went to Welgarth in Dragon Quest 2, and after talking to the villagers, it seems like the people of Welgarth are actually refugees from Rendarak, aka Rhone, which is the country that Hargon lives in and kind of controls. They not only added like a bunch of quests with the fairies and the dwarves and the mermaids, they've also expanded on quests, like the quest where you had to save the Prince of Cannock from his curse or illness. It sounds like there's going to be like a whole forest or a dungeon you got to go through in order to revive him, so that's pretty damn cool. Of course, they've also added scrolls. So scrolls work by teaching you new skills and abilities. Only certain characters can learn the new abilities and spells from the scrolls, kind of like TMs in Pokemon, which is kind of neat. And now you can also play the game in English or Japanese if you would like. But yeah, that is all the new information on Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to show me some love. Click that hype button, the brand new hype button at the bottom, which will help promote the video. You can also like and, of course, subscribe if you haven't yet to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think of these new revealed secrets and abilities that you can get your hands on in Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake? Let me know down in the comments, and check out my other video coming out today. 40 minutes of brand new Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake gameplay. I'll see you in that one. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
The rich orchestral soundtrack for each game by the Tokyo Metropolitan Orchestra completes an epic and unmissable package. All that stands between the forces of evil and their wicked ambitions are the heroes of Erdrick's lineage. The time has come for you to go on an adventure of discovery and honor their ancestors' legacy. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake.